Open fire!
Down.
Bring it on.
My eyes! Drop your weapon!
longer.
I'm gonna find you eventually.
Let's do this.
Suspect found! Taking you down!
as well take what we can.
genetic diversity.
You can't go in. You just can't.
Administrations
David's
come and go
my
in the big
friend.
city.
He writes
But
me.
SS... Can I
hate
help
to
you?
break it to you, but his PA's the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important.
Is that so? What's this so-called story?
I came all this way.
Corporate greed
Listen,
claim.
I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a
Perfect stranger or... I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence.
You are the best!
Of course. Is there at least a name? Why am I not? As long as the evidence is adequate. Now, if you'll excuse me.
David Barron is the most famous journalist in the settled systems.
I bet whoever came up with bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
Welcome to the
Must have been a
Freestar
good
Collective.
jump. We're
Please
still in one
maintain your current
piece.
course while we scan your ship. That's all we need. Enjoy.
Allied Medical. We've got you covered. Our training is certified.
Hey there. Got the shakes, huh? Don't worry. Doc Manning will fix you up.
You aren't looking well at all. Perhaps you'd better sit down.
Haven't zoned in like a week.
Oh my goodness. All right. Come.
Yeah. Coming down off Aurora isn't easy. Took me months to shake it off.
That's a very wise choice. Since you're clearly...
You don't rat me out to anyone.
I can assure you it isn't by choice. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a grave. We've argued about it on more than...
Sick of feeling this way when I can't get a...
And you understand what I'm... At this point, I pay them for the supplies, of course, but... Now... So you're an empath. Very few people have this gift, or curse, depending on how you look at it. There have been some... It's perfectly safe. Take all the time you need. Please state the nature of your medical emergency. I have a few items left. Let's take a look. Honestly, I'm surprised. I've seen worse. Might be a little scar tissue, but that's it. Try not to get hurt out there.
If the gangs can keep from killing each other, I just might have a good day.
You don't want to pick a fight with me.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment. Your best is sorely lacking. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp. And yet not useful enough to avoid a bot. Still, so now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity LTD building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom. So this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith. Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
Shed any employees. Ugh. Terminology like that, where you reference manipulating people's lives. Oh, it makes my skin crawl.
It is the right thing, for Ryujin. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them. Fine. Whether or not you use the internal neuroamp is up to you, but I still want results. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Did Masako send you to... Our public perception is good enough. If you... The internal neuro... This is exactly why Masako... That neuroamp is a breakthrough. Besides... Ryujin Industries isn't a corporation built on heart. I think you know that. The benefits may exist, but the message will be stronger. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interest. I can only imagine the contracts that will be pouring in. We'd almost be literally in control of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of prep. I've got a good feeling about this.
I believe your best is sorely all the tools at your disposal. I hope you at least. Let's not bring morality into question. So now it's just once the story ends. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity Ltd building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barron for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom. So this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith. Quite right. The truth is, by incorporating...
Shed any...
It is the right thing. Which is why there are several who... With the tech we've given you, I expect promises. You'll find most... We'll need at least 50%. I trust you'll get it.
I've got my eye on you.
Did Masako send you to try and convince... Our public perception is good enough. The internal... This is exactly why... Good. If you use that... Well, it does make Ryujin look good. And you're oddly right about this one. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. An issue? Dalton... Dangerous indeed. Perhaps I'd... The last thing I want... Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
If operation starts to bore you, let me know. You'd make a perfect lab rat for the R&D team. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory. That's great. One step closer. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp. I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. Fine, fine. Make your case. You really think they could come after me? Well, perhaps I know you're trying to... I hate to stop you. Besides, Masako... So the next question is... Exactly. Okay, so well, this has certainly been the most all we can do now is
Did Masako send you to try? Our public perception is good enough. The internal... This is exactly... Oh? It'd be unlike her. The corporate world will hear. It sends a strong message. We need to be sent... well, you're oddly right. As long as everyone... An issue? Dalton and Elect... Dangerous indeed. Perhaps I didn't see it. The last thing I want is to... Now, if you'll excuse me, I still...
I hope you're enjoying your new neuroamp. And how's my favorite patient doing? That's great. One step closer to... So. I hope you're not This is groundbreaking work. Fine. You... Right, but you were in... I admit, I don't... Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect. It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward...
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side? In this business, we just need to grab... I'm all about free PR. You know, you're right. If any of those ghosts come to... All right, so let's hear it. The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech. It's not an opportunity. You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
You're looking interesting today. Just the person? Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's act. More in the sense of should us. This is true. Getting what few Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation? Expand on that, if you can. Masako is the one who... And obviously incorrect. I appreciate the insight. It's only dangerous to... I think we all know how averse our competition has yet to... This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
So much work to do. Great. Not much to discuss? I'm not sure how the leader... I appreciate the I see now where you're... From a financial and market... And you're right. Don't even get me... First off. Second. I'll do whatever
I couldn't agree more. It should be completely banned from the settled systems.
In an ideal situation? Masako's lucky to have you at her disposal. You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been...
This meeting should... I assume Masako... That blasted tech.
Indeed. That technology.
If it were up to me, I knew it was a grave. You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity LTD, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more... I imagine we're looking at months of work. I only hope that... Now, if you excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity LTD's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity LTD.
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us. But the overall payoff will be worth it.
That and Infinity Ltd's current situation makes them more affordable than ever.
Arguments?
Acquiring Infinity Ltd now is not a good look, especially if the public believes Misako was involved.
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to this situation to begin with. Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton was hired by Misako, the issue obviously starts at the top. In fact, I propose that Misako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Misako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but she's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
If only there were more hours in the day.
Shelving the internal neuroamp. Not the outcome I anticipated. A fine point, but it still proves its usefulness. The truth remains, Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin. It's well earned and deserved. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
Yes, I'm proud of you as well. Ularu needed to be brought down. If you wouldn't have stopped her, who knows what she would have done next.
I hope that enthusiasm sticks with you for the foreseeable future. Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it. It's well-deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.